Well, what was once a prison has been transformed into a facility for ICE detainees. The Winn Parish Correctional Center struck a deal with the federal government and the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, just 4 months ago.
And yesterday, I had the chance to go in and get an exclusive tour at the facility to show you what it's like in the day of a life of an ICE detainee. It's our top story. Behind the gates of the Freedom Church are more than 200 men praising God. It's a tall, white chapel with beautiful fuchsia flowers meticulously lined up the walkway. The Freedom Church is a place of worship. A place of worship inside the Winn Parish Correctional Center, a facility that currently holds nearly 1,500 ICE detainees. We're taking you on an exclusive tour behind the gates of the Winn Parish Correction Center to show you a day in the life of an ICE detainee. In the courtyard, dozens of men walking towards the gates as they see our cameras. They're all sporting the same dark blue uniform, many wearing the signature orange jailhouse slides. But officials who run this facility say the life of these ICE detainees is far from the life of a prisoner.
This is not a punitive detention. This is an administrative process, and we provide the highest levels of service to our population, consistent with ICE's detention standards, which in the industry are the gold standard.
As we walk through the massive facility, we see that proclaimed gold standard at work. There's a wing specifically designated for medical treatment. 2 permanent doctors are assigned to the facility, and 1 is always on call.
We offer the broadest range in activities.
Facility officials say these detainees have 4 hours of recreation a day. That can be spent doing a number of things, like playing soccer, volleyball, or trying their hand at air hockey. Sutterfield says one of the misconceptions is that these detainees are treated poorly.
The level of care and custody to our population is paramount. We pride ourselves on more of an open compound concept.
Sutterfield says though there is structure to an ICE detainee's day, they have much more freedom than the public understands. He says while detainees usually stay from 30 to 45 days, they have the opportunity to communicate with their families every day if they choose. And Sheriff Cranford Jordan wants Winn Parish residents to understand these detainees are not criminals.
These are strictly detainees, have not been convicted of a violent crime.
ICE, the federal government, and Winn Parish struck a deal back in May to house over 1,000 illegal immigrants. The facility is paid $70 a day per inmate by the federal government. Sheriff Jordan says the deal has been an opportunity for tremendous growth in the parish.
The employees were originally making $10 an hour, and with us holding ICE detainees, $10 went to $18.44 an hour. This money is going back into our community.
We caught up with locals to see how they feel about having hundreds of illegal immigrants housed in their neighborhood. The response was pretty positive.
I feel like if it evolves as it has been presented to us, I think it'll be good.
Before those came in, we had murderers and people with mental issues. These have not necessarily committed dangerous crimes, but they're there until their case is adjudicated, so what's the difference?
Sheriff Jordan says the population at the facility is fluid and that dozens of the ICE detainees are released or transferred daily as they get new arrivals.